The air is thick with the smell of fear. It is a smell I know well, but here, it's not just my own. It's the fear of 10 other girls, all of us crowded into this small, dark room. The only light comes from a crack under the door, a thin yellow line that shows us nothing. We do not speak. We only listen to the sound of each other's breathing, quick and shallow like frightened birds. My heart beats a fast rhythm against my ribs, a drum that just won't stop. I press my back against the cold, damp wall. It feels like the wall is sweating, or maybe it's just me. I close my eyes, but the darkness inside my head is the same as the darkness in the room. There is no escape. I am a thing in a box, waiting to be taken out. I do not know the other girls. I have not seen their faces clearly. We are just shapes in the gloom, huddled together for a warmth that never comes. Sometimes, I hear a soft cry, quickly silenced. We all know that noise is dangerous. The men outside do not like noise. They want us to be quiet. They want us to be invisible until they decide we should be seen. I wonder what they are thinking. Do they have sisters? Do they have daughters? How can they put us in this place? These questions circle in my mind like hungry wolves, but there are no answers, only the heavy silence and the shared scent of our terror. It is a lonely feeling, to be surrounded by others, yet completely alone in my own fear. A girl near me shivers. I can hear her teeth chattering. I want to reach out, to touch her arm and say it'll be okay. But I can't. The words are a lie, and the gesture feels too big, too loud for this silent space. What if she screams? What if she pushes me away? We are all trapped in our own private nightmares, even though we share this one small room. My own body is cold. I pull my thin shirt tighter around my shoulders, but it's useless. The chill comes from the inside, a coldness that started the moment my stepfather's hand closed on my arm and pushed me toward the strange car. It's a cold that has not left me since. The floor is hard and dirty beneath my bare feet. I can feel small bits of grit and something sticky. I try not to think about what it is. I try to think of other things, clean things, a field of green grass, the feeling of sun on my face, but the memories are faint, like old photographs that have faded in the light. This room, this darkness, is my reality now. It is a heavy blanket that smothers everything else. I shift my weight, and the floorboards creak. Everyone freezes. We hold our breath listening. The only sound is the thumping of my own heart, a frantic prisoner inside my chest, beating against the bars of my ribs, wanting to get out. My stepfather's name is Rick. He was not always a monster. When he first came into our lives, he brought my mother flowers and told me I had pretty eyes. He promised to take care of us. He promised a better life, but promises are easy to break. The smiles turned to angry shouts. The gentle hands learned to hit. My mother learned to be quiet, to make herself small. I learned to stay in my room, to be invisible. But his eyes would still find me. They were cold and hard, like little stones. He said I was lazy. He said I cost too much money. He said I owed him. I never understood what I owed him for. The gambling started small. A few dollars here, a few dollars there. Then it grew into a hungry beast that ate all our money. Rick sold my mother's wedding ring. He sold the television. He sold anything that would give him cash for his games. Soon, there was nothing left to sell except for the things that were not really his. He started borrowing money from dangerous men with scars on their faces and angry voices that promised pain. They would come to our house, their big cars parked on our small street. I would hide under my bed, listening to their threats. The debt grew bigger and bigger, a dark cloud that hung over our house. One night the men came and they were not leaving. Their voices were low and mean. I heard my mother crying in the kitchen. I heard Rick begging. "I'll get it," he kept saying. "I just need more time." But they were out of time. They said the debt had to be paid, tonight. I heard a slap, and my mother's cry turned into a sob. I stayed frozen in my room, my door locked. I prayed they would just take our broken furniture and go. I prayed they would not find me, but my prayers were not answered. Rick had found a new way to pay his debt. He had found one last thing to sell. The lock on my door clicked open. Rick stood there, his face pale and sweaty. He would not look at me. "Get your coat," he said, his voice a rough whisper. He did not have to say more. I knew. The way he looked away from me, the way his hands trembled. I was the payment. I was the thing he was giving them to make the debt go away. My mother stood behind him, her face a mask of tears and shame. She did not say a word. She just watched as Rick grabbed my arm and pulled me out of the room, out of the house, and pushed me toward the waiting car. I did not scream. I did not fight. I was a doll, a thing, with no voice and no choice. This house is a cage. It is big, but every door is locked. There are bars on the windows, thin black lines that cut the sky into small, sad squares. During the day, they let us out of the dark room. We are taken to a larger room with a few old mattresses on the floor. This is where we live. We eat here, we sleep here. A woman with a hard face brings us food once a day. It is usually just stale bread and a bowl of thin soup. She never speaks to us. She just puts the food down and leaves, locking the door behind her. We eat in silence, our eyes on our bowls. No one wants to look at anyone else. To look is to see your own reflection of misery. The girls are all young. Some look younger than me. We come from different places, but our stories are the same. We were sold. We were betrayed. We are property now. A few of the girls have bruises. One girl has a cut on her lip that will not heal. We are washed and cleaned like animals being prepared for market. The hard-faced woman inspects us. She checks our hair, our teeth, our skin. She tells us to stand up straight. She tells us to look pretty. No one buys sad girls, she says, her voice like gravel. Her words are a cruel joke. How can we be anything but sad? Our smiles are gone, stolen from us along with our freedom. Sometimes men come to the house. They are the buyers. They walk into our room and look at us. Their eyes move over our bodies, from our feet to our faces. We are told to stand in a line. It feels like being a horse at an auction, waiting for someone to check your teeth. I try to make myself small. I look at the floor. I hope they do not see me. I hope they pass me by. When they choose a girl, she is taken away. We never see her again. We do not know where she goes. We do not know if her new life is better or worse. We only know that she is gone. And we are still here, waiting. Each time the door opens, my heart leaps into my throat. Is it my turn? Is this the moment? The waiting is a special kind of torture. It is a slow, creeping dread that fills every second of every day. The fear of the unknown is a heavy weight on my chest, making it hard to breathe. I watch the other girls. I see the same fear in their eyes. We are all holding our breath, waiting for a future we did not choose. We are ghosts in this house, haunting the rooms with our silent screams and our lost hopes. The sun rises and sets outside our barred windows, but in here, it is always the same grey twilight of waiting. In the quiet moments when the house is still, I let my mind drift. I try to find a small piece of hope to hold on to. Maybe this is all a mistake. Maybe someone will come for me. My mother, perhaps? But the thought dies as soon as it is born. I remember her face as Rick sold me. She just stood there. She did not fight for me. Hope is a dangerous thing in this place. It is a tiny flame that can be put out by the smallest wind. Still, I cannot help it. I imagine a different life, a life where I am free, a life where I can walk outside, feel the sun on my skin, and choose my own path. This dream is my secret treasure, something they cannot take from me. But fear is a much stronger feeling. It is a constant companion, a shadow that follows me everywhere. I am afraid of the men who come to look at us. I am afraid of the hard-faced woman. I am afraid of the silence, and I am afraid of the sounds. Most of all, I am afraid of what will happen when I am chosen. Where will I go? What will they make me do? The questions are a swarm of angry bees in my head. Will I have to work in a factory? Will I have to clean someone's house? Or will it be something worse? I have heard whispers among the other girls, dark words about the things men buy girls for. I try to push these thoughts away, but they always return. My heart is a battlefield. Hope and fear are two armies at war. Some days hope is stronger. I remember the person I used to be. I liked to read books. I wanted to be a teacher. I had dreams. I tell myself that this girl is still inside me, somewhere. She is just hiding. Maybe one day she will be able to come out again. I hold on to this thought tightly. It is a small shield against the darkness. I am Shauna. I am not just a body to be sold. I am a person. I repeat this to myself over and over again. A silent prayer in the long, empty hours of waiting. It is all I have left. Then the fear comes back, a cold wave that washes over everything. I think about my future, and I see nothing but a black hole. I am a ship with no sail, lost on a dark ocean. The men who buy us do not care about our dreams. They do not care about who we are. To them, we are just objects. We are things to be used. This knowledge is a heavy stone in my stomach. It makes me feel sick. What if I am never free again? What if this is my life now? The thought is so terrible that I can barely breathe. I am caught between a past that hurt me and a future that scares me. and I do not know which way to turn. Today is different. A new man comes to the house. He is not like the others. The others were loud and crude, their eyes greedy. This man is quiet. He walks into the room and the air changes. Even the hard-faced woman seems nervous. He is tall and wears a black leather jacket. His eyes are dark and cold like chips of ice. They scan the room, passing over each girl slowly. When his eyes meet mine, they stop. He does not look away. I feel a chill run down my spine. I want to look down at the floor, to hide, but I cannot. I am trapped by his gaze. He has a tattoo on his neck. It is a snake coiling up from under his collar. Its green eyes seem to watch me. The man says nothing. He just points a finger at me. One simple gesture. It is done. I am chosen. The hard-faced woman nods and pulls me out of the line. This one, she says to him. Her voice is respectful, almost afraid. The other girls look at me. Some look relieved that it was not them. Some look at me with pity. I am no longer one of them. I am his now. My time of waiting is over. My new story, my new nightmare, is about to begin. The woman gives me a small bag with a change of clothes, a cheap dress and a pair of thin shoes. Be good, she says, her voice flat. It is not a piece of advice. It is a warning. I change quickly, my fingers fumbling with the buttons. My hands are shaking so much I can barely stand. My mind is empty. There is no hope. There is no fear. There is only a numb, hollow feeling. This is it. This is real. I'm leaving this cage only to enter another one. I do not know what kind of cage it will be. I walk out of the room following the silent man with the snake tattoo. He leads me out of the house and into the bright sunlight. It hurts my eyes after so long in the dim rooms. A black car is waiting at the curb, its engine running. He opens the back door and motions for me to get in. I do not look back at the house. There is nothing there for me to see. I slide onto the cold leather seat. The man gets in the driver's seat and the car begins to move. We drive away, and I watch the world pass by through the window. I do not know where I am going. I do not know who this man is. I only know that my name is Shauna, and I have been sold. My future is a blank page, and he is the one holding the pen.